is a Franchise Conference Finals report from 107.7 The Franchise.
Greetings, Thunder fans. Game 2 has arrived here at AT&T Center, and tonight the Oklahoma City Thunder will try to even their series with the San Antonio Spurs at 1 apiece after San Antonio's 122-105 win 2 days ago. The Spurs did not shoot around today, so we have no practice video from them, but Oklahoma City did organize in getting ready for tonight's second game. On today's Thunder Report, we'll hear from Oklahoma City coach Scott Brooks, plus Kevin Durant and Nick Collison, who, by the way, will start in Game 2 as he did in Game 1.
Well, we have to do a few things better. Obviously, we're going to play better. Our guys are prideful. We've always had great bounce back mentality, and tonight is obviously another opportunity for us to bounce back and play a much better game. We have to do it for 48 minutes. We had some stretches where we were good, and then we had some stretches where we need to get better. Obviously, against one of the best teams on their floor, we're going to have to be able to sustain that level of play for the majority of the game. But we're excited about the opportunity. It's a great opportunity for us to play better in Game 2. I mean, we definitely have some things to fall back on that we've experienced in the past. Not only playing against this team a few years back, but just the last series. We want to play better. You know, we felt that we could have done a few things much better to give us a chance to win the game in that fourth quarter. But give them credit; they're a very good team. They do a lot of good things well. We're going to have to take some of those away. They got too many points around the basket. It's easier said than done, but in order to beat this team, you got to do the things that are not easy, and we have to be able to commit to that for 48 minutes.
Coach, I know you've answered this before, but there's a report out again today that Serge might be back for Game 3. Someone said maybe if the NBA Finals. Will you comment on that?
Well, I'm just going with what I've been told from our medical people, which I have a lot of respect for. He's not coming back. Nothing has changed. I mean, there's no reason to keep bringing this up, and he's not coming back.
Coach, now you guys got a lot of production out of your bench on Monday, not so much from 3 of the starters. How do you get more production from those 3 starters tonight?
Well, they're going to get opportunities again tonight. We got to continue to look for them and find them, and they're going to step up and make shots. They can do that. They've done it throughout the year, and they just have to do it again. You know, we have confidence in our group. I anticipate them coming in and making some shots early.
You guys mentioned communication and toughness as ways to stop their pick and roll. What do you think that you guys need to do to stop them from hitting the roll man and getting to the rim? Well,
you have to be able to do it all against this team. The pick and roll ball handler is really good. The screen setter is really good. And then the spacers on the floor are all 40% three-point shooters. So you have to be really good with your coverage. There's things that we make some adjustments that we can help ourselves, but we still have to be able to execute it and be able to do it every time. And by doing it, doesn't guarantee they're going to miss a shot, but it gives you the best chance.
You mentioned 2 years ago. What can you draw from that far back from a couple of years ago?
Well, I mean, we lost the first game. We lost the second game. I mean, you can draw some of the things. Who we are now is through all of our experiences. And, you know, we've done a good job of continuing to build with this team and realize that every game is important, and then you move on to the next game as quickly as you can. You learn from it and move on. We have a great opportunity tonight. Our guys are excited about this game tonight. We lost to a very good team on their home floor first game. It's a long series. It's the first of 4. And we have a great opportunity to play much better tonight, and we're excited about it.
Coach, you're an underdog in the series, but if you were to win tonight, that sends you back with a split. It's completely different, isn't it, headed to Game 3?
That's our goal is not to come in here get a split. Our goal was to come here and play a good basketball game, Game 1, and give ourselves the best chance to win. And then our goal is the second game, the same thing. We do that, we always feel like we have a chance to win, no matter who's on the floor, no matter who's out. We don't look we don't look for excuses. We have a great opportunity tonight. Our guys are confident in each other. I'm confident in our group, and we're just going to have to play a much better game against a very good team.
stick on the same starters?
Yep.
Yesterday, one more for Coach.
What's that?
Popovich yesterday talked about the progression of Tony Parker, the point guard. When he first got him, he said he's not a point guard at all. Have you watched him progress over the years and the progression he's made with Russell? Is there any similarities there, the way Russ came in having not played point guard and has turned into a really good point guard?
Yeah, I think there's a lot of similarities. I think they've both done a great job of improving their leadership on the floor, being that point guard. It's a very difficult position to play, and they've both done a good job of improving throughout the years. Russell has a lot of good basketball. He's played a lot of good basketball, and he's only going to get better. He's 25 years old. He's improved a lot of areas, and there's still some room for improvement with him. And Tony Parker is obviously one of the best point guards. They have a good group of guys around them throughout the years also, and I think that helps when you're a point guard. And the
each
same
game
with
is what it is. It's its own thing, and once game one is over, you move on to game two. So I think a lot of the storylines and things form kind of outside the game, and trends that people think they see form outside the game. But the game itself is possession by possession. So I think we realize that. We've been here before. That's one of the good things about playoff experience is you realize that you have to be able to turn the page, and the series isn't won until someone gets 4 wins.
Scott talked about you and Adams maybe playing a little bit more together. Can you talk about what you all focus on and maybe what Steven also brings?
We try to do what we do well and stick to that. I think we're pretty good defensively. We want to screen. We want to get to the right spots offensively, so our more talented scorers have room to attack. But we're going to stick to what we do. If we're out there for longer periods than we normally are, we're not going to do anything different. We're going to play how we play.
And Steven, can you just comment on what he's developing into?
He's doing a great job. He's got a ton of ability. He's a smart guy. He's learning. He gives us a guy that's big and physical and can guard post-ups. He can also guard pick and rolls. He can finish around the basket. He's going to be a great player for us. He's really good now, but he's going to be great as he gets older.
Taking into consideration what you said about tuning the last game away and concentrating on this, what's been your point of emphasis the last couple of days?
Defensively, we weren't anywhere close to being good enough. They did what they wanted to do. They got in the paint, a ton of paint points. So I think for us, we want to be able to be much better defensively, make them take much tougher shots than what they did in game one.
Nick, you guys have been so good after a loss. Is that because you're playing with your backs against the wall? Is it more because you know what's expected of you defensively coming into this game?
I think it's a little bit of both. I think we learn from our mistakes, and then I think we are good at getting a little bit extra edge in that next game. So that's what we'll need tonight.
Nick, when a team plays small, what are the factors that determine whether the other team plays small to counter them or tries to create its own mismatches by going big?
Well, I think that's it's up to each coach and what he feels is best for his team. I think I think the idea usually when you go small is you're trying to get the floor spread and create more space on the offensive end, knowing that you might give up some offensive rebounding, some guys out of position, things like that. But most of the teams in the league are prepared to play both now. So it's really just what the coach feels like his team is best at.
Other than last one, Westbrook, how much more offense do they need from you three guys other than Durant and Westbrook?
Well, we're gonna go in and play our normal game, and if the ball moves, our shots usually come from the ball moving and finding us in open situations. So for us, we're going to continue to do that, and if the shot's there, be confident and take it.
Kevin, you said yesterday we've got another year when you could hit. I feel like you need to. What would that look like? I mean, what specifically are you looking to address tonight?
Just playing even harder, cutting even harder, talking more on the defensive end, being a better leader, encouraging my guys more than I have been. Just playing with more energy than I have been. So I know that, there's always another level I can go to. That's what I feel like. So, I gotta push it up a little bit tonight.
Kevin, you had a few days just to look at film, get in the gym. In your mind, biggest keys for you guys tonight?
Well, obviously, closing up the paint and getting out to their shooters. We have a long, athletic team that can make second and third efforts. and just continue to move the ball on the offensive end. I think we got good looks last game. We were aggressive, but we could have been more aggressive. We can't turn the ball over because they capitalized on every one of those mistakes. So, but defensively, just making sure we help each other out more, and offensively moving the ball and playing, not playing in the crowd.
Kevin, do you learn anything, assuming you guys watch these games in between, say Miami's game last night? Do you watch that and learn anything at all?
No, not at all. It's two different series. We try to focus on us. We think we're a good enough team too. So we're not, first of all, we're not just happy to be here, and we're not going to look at another team and try to play like how they play or approach it how they approach it. We do. We've been here for a reason. So, we've been playing a certain way for a long time, and we want to stick to that. So no, we don't watch other teams and try to take and learn from them.
Knowing that you've been here before in a situation like this, specifically last round and even a couple of years ago, how much confidence do you have that it could turn out the same way?
Well, that stuff is over with. We can't rely on that no more. We've been through a lot. Of course, the experience is going to help us, but it's a new day, new series, man. So we got to go out there and actually play. We can't just rely on it. We were down 0-2 last time against these guys and won, or we were down 3-2 in our last series, and we can't rely on that. We got to go play. So I think that's what we're looking forward to tonight.
How important is it tonight for you to get production from just the players other than you and Russ?
I mean, me and Russ got to do a better job of helping them out. We can't just think they're gonna come out there and score a lot of points. We got to go out there and generate a form. Passing it to them, making them feel confident, getting them easy shots because we handle the ball a lot, and Reggie as well. So coach and the rest of the coaching staff got on us about that, and how we can make those guys better. And we got to make a conscious effort tonight of doing so. Well, we got to do it as a team. Just got to all do it together.
Kevin, you're at the point now where you're playing 1-5 on both ends of the floor. What's that process been like for you in your development, both mentally, physically, to be able to play every position?
Mentally, just telling myself that I can do it and I can be really good at it, and staying confident no matter what happens, and just watching film and see how I can get better in those spots. And always asking questions on the coaches of what they want me to do in those spots, what sets we need to run, and how I can give myself up for the team. So I'm learning day by day, and I'm learning on the fly, learning pretty quickly. So I just got to be ready for it tonight. And I know since last game, I didn't play the way I wanted to play on both ends of the floor. So hopefully tonight's better.
That's Thunder leading scorer and league MVP Kevin Durant. Don't forget the TotallyTickets.com countdown to tip-off presented by Homeland and Bank 7 comes your way at 7 o'clock tonight from inside AT&T Center. Desmond Mason and John Rohde will join me as we preview the matchup with the Thunder and the Spurs. And don't forget, after the game, it's the Franchise postgame show. With the Thunder in San Antonio, I'm David Garrett for 107.7 The Franchise.